Justin, thank you for sharing that very personal information with me. I too have lost a family member that did not have any mortgage protection coverage. So, just to recap what you stated that not too long ago that you lost a loved one, a family member that also didn't have any mortgage protection coverage. And so, therefore, they ended up losing the house, and it displaced the family members that lived there with them. That is a very difficult thing to have to go through as a family, and I definitely can relate to those experiences. It wasn't too long ago that I unfortunately lost my mother, and we had the same type of scenario that you're experiencing right now. And so, therefore, I understand your need and desire to make sure that your wife and children don't have to go through a similar experience and are left without any mortgage protection coverage in the event of your unexpected death. And I definitely understand that your wish is to go over these coverages and make sure that this is something that is good for you and for your family. So, a couple of the things that stood out to you, and a couple of the features and the benefits that stood out to you with this particular policy. This is called HMS 125, and it has a cashback option, which is a return of premium. And what this means to you, if you remember, it means that you'll receive a full refund on all premiums that were paid into this policy, as long as these benefits are not paid out. So what this means is you stay alive for the 30 years of this policy, you get a full refund at the end of the coverage period. The second benefit that stood out to you was the living benefits. And this is something, as we discussed earlier, I shared a story with you about a girl named Jennifer, where she was able to tap into almost 100% of what the death benefit was. She had a $250,000 death benefit, and as a living benefit, you do not die, you do not have to die to receive this benefit. She needed a very serious brain surgery. She had a cancerous brain tumor, and she was able to tap into most of the money in her policy and use that money to fly to India, where this surgery was being offered, and that was 9 years ago. And so, fast forward to today, 9 years later, she's doing very well. And so, the third feature that stood out to you is the choice of beneficiary, that's a normal thing, but what stood out to you is that they're able to use this money to pay off the mortgage in one lump sum, or they're able to use this to pay off a portion of the mortgage and refinance the house in order to lower monthly payments. And another big aspect of this, if a lot of people end up having to use this, is some people don't want to stay in the home. And so what they do is they use the money to buy time, stay in the home a year or two, and to try to figure out where the best place to move is for their family members, the kids. And this money allows them to have that time and space to be able to decide where they want to move to. So after hearing all of this, don't you agree that this product will solve the concerns that we have been discussing today?